Greetings of the day to all the listeners. Thank you so much for joining in for another episode and welcome to Simply Gita. Let us resume our journey on this ocean of knowledge and explore the knowledge which has been given by Sri Krishna in chapter 9 of the Bhagavad Gita. In this chapter, we will try to understand about the magnificence of the person who has been able to situate himself or herself in the state of yoga. So without delay, let us begin. Krishna tells that since Arjuna is free from faults and has no feelings of jealousy within him, therefore for this reason he shall impart to Arjuna the most secret knowledge along with its uniqueness. The Lord tells that once Arjuna understands that particular knowledge, he shall be free from the miseries of the world. The work done in the state of yogi provides one with absolute peace. On the contrary, another type of work is that which increases our attachment towards the material world. Usually, most of the tasks that we perform belong to the latter category. The knowledge that Arjuna shall receive is the king, and no knowledge is greater than that. Supreme Lord Sri Krishna tells that the knowledge is the king of secrets and there is no other secret greater than that which he was about to share. This knowledge is pure, perfect, and indestructible, and the person who is situated in this knowledge, who has clearly understood this wisdom, executes the duties with happiness. For a sincere devotee like Arjuna, Krishna was ready to impart this secret and this precious knowledge. If we are not devoted towards something, we can never achieve that particular thing. Devotion is the most important requirement for every task, and it is something which comes with faith from within. And something which cannot be forced on a particular individual. Explaining the same to Arjuna, Krishna tells that those people who have no faith towards the Supreme, or who have no faith towards religion, or who lack devotion, such people can never attain the Supreme and they are always trapped in the miseries of existence. Meaning to say that such people are always attached to the material things and they are basically a slave of their emotions, a slave of their surroundings. So it also can be concluded that if the people do not follow moral principles and if they are not devoted to action, they can never obtain peace in life. We should think for a moment about our own life and also make a decision that if we are sincerely devoted to the work that we do. In the next verse, Krishna mentions about himself and his relation with the universe. This particular concept is slightly deep, but I'm sure that if you pay attention, you will understand the same. The Lord tells that in his unknown nature, the entire world is present. So in his unknown nature, the entire universe is situated, but he is not situated within the universe. All the beings in the world are a part of Krishna, but Krishna is not in them. Meaning to say that though a part of Krishna is present in all of us, still he is the super soul. The entirety of Krishna cannot be situated within one individual. So he is the super soul who is beyond the universe, who is much more than the universe. Krishna tells that though he maintains everything in the universe and all of our souls are a part of his super soul, still he is not a part of the universe because he is the source of creation. Meaning to say that Krishna is much above and he is much bigger than the universe, and this is his power. The wind that we experience is because of the sky, and while the wind blows everywhere, it is within the sky. So in spite of the fact that the wind emerges from the sky, it is never able to reduce the purity of the sky. In the same way, all the beings are situated within Krishna, but we can never shed our own impurities on Krishna. In spite of the fact that we human beings may be impure, we may have defects, we may have evil side, but we cannot shed those impurities on Krishna. We all are a result of Krishna, we all are dependent on him, but he is independent and he is not a result of us. When an era comes to an end, we all return to Krishna. Now let us hear what the Supreme tells. He mentions to Arjuna that at the end of the millennium, the whole world is situated within Krishna. The whole world gets absorbed in him. And when the new age begins, he creates the entire new world once again. One way to understand is that when the age completes its duty, so that is when the time period is completely over, then the entire creation is absorbed in Krishna. The Supreme had initially mentioned that in this world there is no one who can become free from work or from duty. In the same way, creating the universe repeatedly and destroying it when the time comes is the work of Krishna. He tells Arjuna that accepting his nature, which is home to the whole universe, he creates the universe repeatedly, and as a result of his wish, it is destroyed at the required time. Krishna creates the universe, this world, and also the human beings. But the Lord makes it clear that he is never bound by this work. He is never attached to his work, though he performs it precisely to the very letter. The knowledge that he mentions, the knowledge that he teaches Arjuna about, is also applied by himself. Now in the next verse, Krishna speaks about the material world. He tells that this world is a result, the material world is a result of his energy, which creates it according to his command. So Krishna has his energy, and according to the command of Krishna, his energy creates the entire material world. Meaning to say that all things which are in motion, as well as those things which are absolutely still, are a result of the Supreme. There is no limit to the ignorance that can trap a particular person. The Lord tells that there are many people who ridicule him when he descends in the human form, and he refers to such persons as fools who are unaware of the real nature of Krishna, which creates the entire universe. He tells that such people are ignorant and they consider him ordinary and insignificant. Then Krishna tells about those people who are unable to understand him. The Lord tells that the people who have demon-like nature, who are faithless, such people waste their life in a trapped state. Such people are always amazed in different situations. Such people are in illusion, and precisely because of this reason, their hope for gaining liberation or gaining knowledge or merely obtaining peace is completely in vain. Krishna then tells Arjuna that there are some souls which are not in illusion. Such people have a divine nature and they are able to understand Krishna as the Supreme, the indestructible, and the origin of creation. There is no doubt in the minds of such people who have faith in the Supreme and who are engaged in work without attachment. Such people achieve their goals and make their life a meaningful one. They not only benefit themselves but also help in development of the society. The Lord tells about a unique factor of those people of divine nature. He tells that such people have a firm determination. They are strong from within and they have immense self-respect. With faith in the Supreme and in their own ability, such people bow down before Krishna and chant his names, and while doing all these things, while engaging in their worship with Krishna, such people carry out their prescribed duties. A possible lesson that we can learn here is that with firm determination, we should engage in carrying out our prescribed duties with complete faith in Krishna. Carrying out our prescribed duties to the best of our ability is undoubtedly a way of worshipping the Supreme Lord. Now Krishna tells that other than the people of divine nature, there are the devotees who through their knowledge try to understand Krishna and they recognize him to be the Supreme who is present everywhere and in everyone. Different people can adopt different ways to understand the supreme truth, and through our nature, we may try to understand the Supreme, but what is most important is that we need to follow the instructions of Krishna. Explaining more about himself, he tells that he himself is the doer. So Krishna tells that he is the doer. He is the sacrifice, the medicine which heals humans and all living beings, the chant. He is the fire, the butter, as well as the ceremony. When Krishna tells that he is the doer, he means that even though we humans may serve as a medium, the actual doer of everything in this world is Krishna. Even though I may be a medium to record this particular podcast and upload it on different streaming platforms, but the doer is actually Krishna. The medicine which cures us is also Krishna. The holy fire along with the butter is Krishna. Krishna tells that he is the one who absorbs the whole world. He is the giver of fruits of action He is the father and the mother. He is the purifying mantra of Om. And he is the Rig Veda, the Sama Veda and the Yajur Veda. The supreme goal of life is Krishna, or rather the supreme goal of life is peace, which is just another word for Krishna. God tells Arjuna that he is the purifier, he is the residence, the refuge, and the dearest friend. In addition to this, he is the origin and the end, the creation and the destruction. He is the foundation, the support, and the imperishable. Everything that is happening, everything that happens, and everything that will happen is actually a result of Krishna. The heat of the sun warms the earth. Water rises to form the clouds and it comes down in the form of rain. And rain is undoubtedly very essential for sustaining life. Explaining his own form, Krishna tells Arjuna that he is the one who provides heat and therefore he is the one who brings rain. He is the drink of immortality and he is also death. Both spiritual world as well as the world of material pleasures is situated within Krishna. Moving ahead, we are told that there are 3 wings of knowledge. So here the Lord speaks about the 3 Vedas, that is the Rig Veda, the Sama Veda and the Yajur Veda. So our Vedas have been created on their foundation. They have been created on the foundation of knowledge. The person who studies the 3 Vedas and engages in the right action, who drinks the Soma drink and who worships Krishna through sacrifices and has a desire to obtain heavenly pleasures, if that person is true in his devotion, such a person, because of his or her pious activities, is purified of sins and takes birth in the planet of gods, where these people enjoy the luxuries of the gods. The ones who worship Krishna with true faith and who desire heaven, such people are born in the heavenly planets. They enjoy luxuries of the gods on these planets till the moment that the results of their pious activities are exhausted. After that, they return to the mortal world by taking rebirths. As a result of their merits, they reach the heavenly planets to fulfill their desires for sensual pleasures. Once the balance of their merits is completed, or once the balance of their merits is exhausted, they return back to the mortal world. So the Supreme makes it clear that the people who study Vedas with the objective of obtaining such heavenly pleasures and with the objective of making the maximum use of luxuries, such people may reach the heavenly planets, but they are not truly able to feel free themselves from the cycle of birth and death. So these people are not truly able to obtain peace in life. Krishna tells that the one who worships him with devotion without any desire or expectation, the one who meditates on his form, for such people, Krishna himself takes the responsibility of protecting them by taking care of their requirements and also by preserving what they already have. There are many people who, because of different reasons, worship other gods. So Krishna tells Arjuna that such people who with full devotion worship the other gods, they are also actually worshipping Krishna, but they are doing so unknowingly. So they are doing so in an ignorant manner. The worshippers of other gods are also indirectly worshipping Krishna because he is the one, he is the ultimate beneficiary and he is the ultimate receiver of all the sacrifices. God tells that the ones who do not recognize his incredible universal nature or his true form, such people eventually fall down. So here, fall down is used to indicate that such people are born again in the material world. With a continuation in their devotion, there is also continuation of their process of taking birth and dying. And liberation is just the process of breaking free from the cycle of birth and death. The liberation can be achieved only when we engage in actions while being situated in yoga. God tells that those who worship the gods ultimately reach the gods. Those who worship the forefathers will reach the forefathers. Those who worship demons will reach the demons, and those who worship Krishna will reach the supreme planet of Krishna. He tells Arjuna that the reason why his devotees do not take rebirth is because true devotees reach the planet of Krishna, where they obtain complete peace and liberation. God only desires faith and devotion from us, and in the next verse, Krishna speaks about different forms of expressing this particular faith or devotion. He tells that if a person with pure devotion and love offers him a leaf, a fruit, a flower, or even water, then he accepts whatever the true devotee offers with a pure heart. Krishna tells Arjuna that whatever work Arjuna does, whatever he eats, whatever he sacrifices or gives away as charity, he should surrender all these things to Krishna, meaning to say, he should do all these things with Krishna in his heart. An important lesson to learn here is that we need to engage in the already mentioned acts just like we used to do before. But now we have to do it with the feeling that everything is happening because we are only a medium for Krishna, and because of Krishna, the supreme power, we are able to perform these things. If we are engaged in action, we should give in our 100%, but with the feeling that we are doing it for Krishna or for the Supreme. When we offer all that we do to the Supreme, then we are never bound by the work or we are never bound by results. We become completely free from attachment to work or its good and bad results. Krishna tells that the person who fixes his mind on him and follows this principle, that is the one who engages in all actions, who works hard and surrenders all the results to Krishna, such a person will surely be liberated and he will come to him. Everything that exists in the world, Krishna is present there. He tells that there is neither anyone who is special for him, nor anyone whom he dislikes. He is not partial towards anyone, but as for the devotees who worship him, they are present in Krishna, and Krishna is a friend to such devotees. So Krishna makes it clear that he helps those who follow his instructions. In the previous verse, Krishna makes it clear that he is impartial and he doesn't hold any bias. Now he tells Arjuna that if a person commits the most terrible act, but without deviation, such a person is devoted to Krishna, then such a person should be considered a saint. I am sure the listeners must be having this question right now, that in this way we can give a justification for many criminals who may just conclude that they are devotees of Krishna. But the truth is that once the wrongdoer worships Krishna with full devotion and walks his path, such a person sheds impurities and becomes morally right. And this is exactly what Krishna mentions. Krishna tells Arjuna that he should know this firm truth that the devotee of Krishna is never destroyed. And to be honest, the person who is truly devoted to Krishna knows very well the difference between right and wrong, and he never engages in acts which cause harm to others. So we should ask this question to ourselves, that when a wrong person can become morally right, then through the worship of Krishna, can't we humans get rid of our faults, of our addictions, and all those factors which eventually trap us? The Gita and Krishna is meant for everyone, irrespective of their status in society or the community they are born in. Krishna tells Arjuna that irrespective of whether a woman, a merchant, a worker, or even a wrongdoer, irrespective of these things, when any particular person takes shelter in him, that is when a person starts following his instructions and starts living the life on the basis of his guidelines, then they definitely attain the supreme destination. They attain peace in life, they attain happiness, eventually attaining Krishna. In the court of God, everything and everyone is equal without any division on the basis of religion, status, gender, etc. Krishna tells that the pious Brahmins, the ethical kings and devotees, all of them reach the supreme destination if they take the shelter of him. By pious Brahmins, Krishna refers to people who are curious to know about the Brahman, that is the universe or the supreme. And devotees and kings indicate those people who have courage along with faith. So Krishna tells Arjuna that therefore whenever someone comes to this temporary world, the being should engage in the devotion of Krishna, but at the same time have immense courage as well. Then he tells that we all should keep Krishna in our mind. Krishna tells Arjuna to become his devotee and worship him. In this way, when Arjun surrenders his soul in the Super Soul, Arjun shall be completely absorbed in Krishna and will eventually reach him. Thus, we have to obtain knowledge, and with true knowledge, we should surrender our actions, emotions, and results of whatever task we are doing, everything to the Supreme. With this, we have come to the end of the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, in which Krishna provided us with the most secret knowledge about how he is pervading everything and everyone in the universe, and how by surrendering all our actions to him, not only can we obtain peace in life, but also reach him. Let us halt here today, and we shall resume the journey in the next episode on chapter 10 of the Gita. Hope this podcast provided you with value. Hope the episode was fruitful. Lastly, a request: I would be glad if you guys let me know if you're liking the work that is being done by connecting with me through the links mentioned in the description. Thank you for joining in, and have a great day ahead.